Hello my friends and welcome to this video where I'm going to play the qualifying round in the Rookie Division in the Earth Day tournament. As I did pull out a question for you guys here on the channel to ask you what did you think about me playing the Rookie Division, or which division should I play in. And many people said Pro, Expert and Masters, and those have been online on stream. But due to me finding myself a little bit of time, I'm going to make this video where I'm going to play the qualifier here on Rookie. We're going to play with only common clubs. So I'm not going to play with any other clubs. I'm going to play with as much as a marlin ball, you know, this ball. I'm not going to play with any other ball than that, marlin ball or a basic ball. So I'm not going to use any special balls whatsoever. I'm also just going to go with these clubs basically. So like common clubs, like the blue clubs. So I'm not going to go with extra mile, big topper and stuff like that. So going to try to talk my way through. Going to go for a score that is the decent score, and focusing on qualify because that is the important part. So going to open the chest here to see like if we get any clubs that we can upgrade. There we go. And then we're going to go here in the round 3. I haven't even tried in Rookie, so it will be very interesting. So we opt in here in Rookie, paid the 10,000. We were lucky enough to win in the Spring Major last time, so we do have some coins. So we're going to play hole number 1. And now it's just important for us to actually play the course. And that is the thing when we're playing with less upgraded clubs. And like clubs that we're not used to. We don't have that much ball guy or spin or basically anything. It's just important for us to kind of just play the course and try to put it in situations where we can like have a situation where we can make it to drop from distance, stuff like that. Maybe we need to have some dunk and stuff like that. So, and I think it's important, if you do have any questions about my playing, please make a comment in the comment section below. And if you maybe want to have a training session, or maybe you want to have some specific tips for a specific hole or something like that, check out patreon.com/golfclashtommy, and I will be happy to show you the things that you may be thinking about when you do play yourself. So okay, we're going to go with a marlin ball. As you can see, we do have the rocket. We're going to go with the marlin ball. We're not going to go here, as you can see, we're not being able to reach. We're going to go with a topspin that we do have. And as we are not going to have that much of the distance, we are going to have to overpower this one a little bit. We're going to go out here just a little bit, as to we wanted to use some curl. And we're going to overpower it a little bit there using the wind. Hit it perfect. So we're curling it in and try to go there as fast, as close there to the top as possible. We will have a tough time to reach here, and now we're going to play with a Viper, which don't allow us to like have any good top spin. And of course, if you are playing and maybe having a big dog in your bag, then the big dog is definitely the way to go here if you're not having the extra mile. The extra mile as a driver is a tiebreaker. Such a tiebreaker because it will give you the opportunity to reach like 20-30 yards more than with the other clubs, which will of course give a really great opportunity to reach for the greening 2 with a less upgraded wood club. So our turn here now, and we are going to, as you can see here, we are going to play it as it is. We are going to use 1 in backspin, not more than that, as we want to just bounce over the bunker. So this bounce will be very irregular when it comes to where we bounce, as it's not that flat. So we're going to 3.5, and we're going to just straighten it out a little bit and then adjust from that. 3.5, not much at all. Did perfect. And we want the bounce here now to bounce over and kind of give us at least close to the pin. We were close, and we will be putting that one in for a birdie. The thing that I did there with my Viper when I did adjust, the reason I stretched it out a little bit was to kind of see if I did need to use more backspin, or did I have to overpower the shot. But when we did have the wind that we got, the tailwind there, then we didn't have to overpower our shot at all. And I'm going to forfeit all the shootouts. I'm going to give the coins to my opponents here, as I'm not in the need of having coins, and I know how hard it is when you play on the first level to sample the coins. And I think that is the biggest perk when it comes to the tournament chest, that you actually can win a lot of coins. Because if you're playing like on Tour 3, Tour 4, Tour 5, 300 coins is a lot of money here in this game, and it's very tough to grind it through. So we both make a birdie. So no, sorry, he made a par. I didn't see that. I apologize. Then I took the coins there. Of course, if I win the hole, I can't do anything about that. So took the birdie, and now we're going to play hole number 2. And hole number 2 for us is very, very tough. We are not being able to reach for the green in 2. No chance whatsoever, as we are not having the clubs for it. So here we need to think a little bit differently than we play this hole in the other division. So we're going to play ourselves up front, and then the second shot at the same way, and then the third shot we're going to, of course, go for the green. Then maybe we're going to go for the dunk, depending on how we feel like it when we are putting it up for our third shot. And this hole on the Rook division will not be that many eagles. We will instead see many birdies, and we will see maybe some pars as well, as you don't have the rough iron and stuff like that upgraded. As you can see here now, always when I talk, I kind of say you need to be as close to the rough at the top as possible. Here we don't have to. The reason for that is that we will still be reaching with our wood club, and as we are not going to try to go for the green in 2, as we are not being able to do so, we're going to use the wind that we do have to just make a safe drive. Instead of try to overpower and maybe risk going into the rough left or right, we put ourselves up just by doing a really safe drive. And then we're going to just put ourselves up there easily on the fairway there, the second fairway patch there. And again, it's very important to play the course. So if you try to overpower, you will eventually lose some shots that you maybe you shouldn't lose otherwise. And that may be easy for me to say, but that is like the thing especially on this hole, that you actually can play it safe without risking that much, especially if you know that you can't reach for the green in 2. Okay, same here. As you can see, we can reach. We're having a max distance shot here with a Viper. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of room here to miss great or left or right. And we're going to have 4.8 in wind. We're going to drag it down a little bit there. And again, we're going to use the wind and put ourselves up there nicely on the fairway. Like that. And while from here now, we do have an opportunity to ship it in for an eagle. But if we miss, we will be satisfied with a birdie, because again, we were not able to reach for the green in 2. But then again, you need to at least put yourself up for the opportunity to make an eagle. That is very important. Our opponent is making a good shot here. Good try. So, okay, we're going to see here now. We're going to have the runner here. and the runner gives us not that much of backspin, which is of course something we are not going to use then. We are not going to use any backspin at all. The reason for that is that the green is uphill, so you basically are having backspin even though you're not having, because the ball will stop. So we're going to put it here, let it roll back up, 4.3, closing it in there a little bit. It did perfect. See here, we will be coming close, and we got it in. And we got it in. And there again, it's like we took the safe route here on this hole, and we put ourselves up for an opportunity to make an eagle. And this time we were lucky enough to get it in, because we were right with our adjustment. But again, if we would be missing that shot, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because most of the people are making an birdie on that hole. So we're going to go directly on hole number 3, which is a par 3. And now, depending on, we just need to think here, fronty, we're going to play with our long iron. I don't remember which one we're actually going to have. I think it is, I will see how we're going to play this one actually, because I do like playing this one with a lot of backspin. And we are not going to do that now. We're not going to have that much backspin. It's like in general, we're playing with a long iron is 3 to 4 bars of backspin, especially if you're having tailwind. That is my main adjustment. So either we're going to come in a little bit hot to the pin, or we're going to play before the bunker. I'm going to see here after our opponent here. Our opponent playing with a beginner long iron, which is a very, very tough one. So we do have the backbone, which is good. It gives us a little bit room. We're going to go with 4. No side spin whatsoever. We're going to want ourselves to bounce, as you can see here. We're going to go a little bit too much to right here, as we can see here on our own ball guideline. As you can see here, we want that to be straight to the pin. We do have some tailwind, so there we go. That is a little bit too much. I'm gonna go there. Always like when you feel you're kind of off with your adjustment, can take it again. Coming in a little bit hot, but it's still a good shot and close to a hole in one. So I always kind of use 4 or 3 bars of backspin, but with tailwind I rather take 1+ to get that one close to the pin. So we will be making a birdie, but this is definitely a hole with the wind that we're having that we will see people making some hole-in-ones. But again, the important part here that we are forgetting many times is that we need to hit our ball perfect. As our opponent here, we're unlucky to hit the ball great, and then you miss. And that is such a big factor in this game in general. You can be completely right when you're adjusting for the wind. It can be absolutely spot on, but if you hit it great, then you won't be spot on, as your adjustment relies on that you're hitting a ball great. So, and as I said, and I think feel a little bit bad with saying from the beginning that I'm going to forfeit all the shootouts, but if we're not going to go to shootout, then we can't of course forfeit them either. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to play against Lee. Almost 2,000 trophies here, and that is also something that is interesting to see. We will be playing people with clubs in all different levels, and I know there is a big debate on who should play rookie and who should not, and I think it's not my business, but if I'm going to answer that question, I would say when it comes to playing at a certain level, I think that we need to think a little bit wider when it comes to, of course, if you are not in a position, now we need to overpower this one. I'm actually going to overpower this one a lot, as we do have some space here. I'm going to talk about the question I actually asked myself, even though we have 5 in wind. So we're going to overpower this one, not max, but a decent amount. I did great on the right side, but as we do have a common club, the accuracy is very good. So put ourselves up there nicely. And the thing that I was going to say is, like, I think we need to think a little bit wider with why people are playing rookie. Is like, it can be so you're very low on coins. It can be so that you have very bad clubs, it also can be so that you're not feeling comfortable on playing from the second tee. Because if you haven't reached over tour 6, like playing tour 7, then you have never played from the second tee. And that is something that I think we do forget sometimes. It's not that, of course, I'm not defending people that having all those things then should be playing in a higher division. It's just that some people do not deserve the crap that they get just because of playing rookie. Me, myself, if I would be playing rookie with my main account, people should be mad at me, because that is not right. So, going to go here, want to bounce here on the fringe. We drag it out again to see how we're going to adjust it. But as we are uphill, the ball will not be affected that much by the wind. But we hit it great, which will put us short to the left. Or like short. Because when you hit it great, you lose distance on your shot. And again, if you hit it great, then you will basically have to be lucky to get it in. So we're going to put it in here, and now we'll make a birdie here as well. Second shot wasn't that perfect, but still we did do the work and we made a birdie. And when it comes to the holes that we're playing now, we want to have a birdie on the par 4s, we want to have an eagle on the par 5s, and we do want to have a birdie on the par 3s. And of course the par 5s we can change this a little bit there due to the distance that we do have the par 5 combined with the clubs. So, okay. We're going to play this one. It's like, this is a tough one. This is a very, very tough one. And here you really need to hit your ball perfect, and you really need to stay away from the left side. It's very, very important. And because if you put it on the left side, it's designed in a way to kind of make the ball drop down to the left there. So, okay, we're going to go with 2 bars of topspin, as we're going to help our ball to get up to the green. We rather want to go a little bit long than not going up to the green whatsoever. So I'm going to go with 2 bars of topspin. It is perfect. I'm going to go short here. And that is the thing, of course, that we don't want to do, because now we will be getting a hard pot. And this is definitely a hole where we should be making a different adjustment. That is a fact when you see that shot there. So our opponent here is making a very, very weird pot, but got it in nonetheless. Never try to use that much power, only try to use enough to get it into the hole. So we hit it perfect here and we put it in for a birdie. And we will be satisfied with that, and this hole most definitely is. And now we're going to come to a hole where we're actually going to go for albatross if everything works well. We do have the rocket, which of course is not the best club to go with. Now we're actually going to give ourselves the opportunity here to forfeit and give our friend here the coins. So we make a birdie, so we're -6 of the 5 holes. Go directly to hole number 6, and as you know, like, I'm not changing the clubs, and if you are just jumping in here in the middle of the video, you just scroll down to the beginning to see the bag that I'm actually playing with. I'm only playing with common clubs, and then as much I'm going with mauling ball. So we don't have that much topspin, so we do want to kind of overpower this one a lot, and wanted the ball to roll over to the fairway there. So we're not going to max, but we're going to curl it a little bit to the left. Not going to max overpower, as we do have a little bit of tailwind. This one won't be good, I think. Maybe if we're lucky enough, we will roll out there to the fairway. Yes, we were. And I really want to take that gamble. And again, there are more people that are having other clubs than the rocket, which is of course an important part in the equation to go with another driver, you know. Otherwise you can play it safe on the left side there, put it over there and play it up to the green. The reason I wanted to go over, you know, in that particular way is to set myself up for a possible albatross. And if you feel uncomfortable to go on the left side, then you should be trying on the right side, as that would be giving you at least the same type of uncomfortable. So we're going to go with 2 bars of backspin. And now, this is a tricky shot. We want to hit it into the rough. And we're going to first line up so the arrow is pointing straight. Then we're going to drag it out and see so we're correct, and then we're going to adjust for that. 4.6 with a maxed out. Hit it perfect. See if we can stay here on the green. We were in the rough, which was a very bad adjustment from our part. And this will most definitely be a hard one for the pin. But at least we went for it. We were slightly off, and that is the risk that we take on this hole number 6. But hole number 6 otherwise will most definitely be a hole where you can actually grab a shot from your opponent. But at least, as I always say, it's better to be safe than risk not making an eagle at all. So now we're going to see if we can get this one in the hole. And as we do have machete, it's very interesting actually that we do have some ball guide here to work with. So we're actually going to use that one, kind of reduce the dunking part a little bit there. So now it's time to focus. We hit it great, and we will miss that one, unfortunate. So we will only make a birdie here. And this is something that we need to learn from. Again, did we play this one in the right way, or were we just lazy with our adjustment, didn't adjust it properly? So that is 2 questions you always have to put yourself when you're not making the score that you are supposed to do on that hole. So we're putting it in for a birdie here, and of course that is a little bit disappointed, and you can see it's lagging crazy here. That was very weird that the needle was lagging a lot. See if our opponent can get it in. Of course we hope so. So, and we get that for birdie. And there you can see like the risk of putting it into the rough there in the beginning is very, very risky. Like, and it will be very tough to make an eagle from that position. So we're going to go and play hole number 7. And this is also a very tough par 3. We will see many people making pars on this hole. So it's just very important to actually get this one to green. And I'm going to like quote Mohombi and say like this is a bumpy road. So we're going to put ourselves there short and go with a long iron to bounce it down to the green. And if you do have a guardian, that is a possibility to use that one, but you will be in between clubs and you will not be able to make that one stay on the green. And as you can see here, it's very, very tough to find a spot to adjust, and specifically if you haven't done your groundwork with that before, like finding out a way to adjust for the hole. So in the end, you will have to rush it. And now our opponent slightly overpower it, as you could see on the adjustment he made, which will giving him a long one there, and that is a very, very tough putt. Very, very tough putt from that distance. So we're going to go here with our backbone. We're going to go with 2 bars. We're going to also slightly put ourselves to the right. We want to bounce it here and try to get that one onto the green. This is a very, very tough shot, and we are just want this one to go onto the green. Nothing more than that. And we will be getting it to green, but it will be short, or like we take it onto the fringe, but that works. We don't have that much topspin here, and we do have some backspin, but this is most definitely a hole where you maybe should be having a little bit more topspin on your long iron, and if you want to go with that shot. Very good putt from our opponent, that's for sure. So we are going to go for the dunk here in this position, as when you are on the fringe, even though the ball guideline is very high, we're just going to put it straight, as you can see on the blue arrow, straight there to the hole, even though if we do have the wind that we do have. We hit it great, we should be good anyway. So that's the thing with dunking, you can slightly hit it great left or right and we will still get it into the hole, and the wind, as we're so close to the pin, it's not affected, the ball is not affected by the wind much at all. So we get the birdie there, which is satisfying, of course. Now it's time to go for hole number 8. And hole number 8 will be harder for us than it will be for many other people, because we are going to have a driver that is not good at all, which is rocket, as you do know by now. So we can of course decide, do we want to try to bounce there, or maybe try to use the backspin, try to stop there. No, we won't. We are going to play here. We're going to try to be as close to the side here as possible. And I'm going to put some right spin here as it slopes a little bit down. We will have a tough shot for our second shot, but we'd rather take that than trying to risk both with bunker and water there. So putting ourselves up there, and we're going to be close there, which is very good. The closer we are, of course, the closer we are to the hole. And on this hole, this second shot, that is a shot where we need to have some distance if we are too much to the right on the fairway. So it's very, very important to go as close to the fairway there on the left as possible. So our opponent is going to try to go here. And now if you're going to try and go this way, it's definitely a very, very tough one. And the risk is that you will go into the water. So as you can see, we're going to play with max distance here. And we are going to go with side spin to the left. And then we're not going to apply any backspin whatsoever, as the green is a little bit uphill and we're rather coming in a little bit too hot than coming in a little bit too slow. So we're adjusting from that position and see if we can be close enough here. I'm gonna come here. We're going to most likely coming in a little bit hot, yes, as you can see. It's an okay shot. It's hard to adjust with no ball guideline basically, but we're definitely okay with that one. So our opponent is going to try this route again, which is now when you have dropped one into the water, then of course, then it doesn't really matter what you're doing when I'm on the green, and because I will make a birdie, which will automatically give my opponent a par. So we put it in, and then we'll see if our opponent will make it from that distance. And our opponent will miss that one, and we will take that win as well. We'll go to 9 under. Now we do have hole number 9 to play. Only hole to go here. So now we're going to play this one with the same clubs that we do have and see if we can manage to make the eagle here. And I would say that the risk, of course, is that we won't be able to reach, but we're going to do our best and see if we can make it happen. See, okay, our opponent does not want to play against us. Sometimes that happens, that maybe your opponent lose connection, or maybe you just don't want to play. Sometimes people do want to play against themselves or against a friend or something like that. So see who we're going to play here for hole number 9. Apparently no one at the moment. I'm going to actually take that one again and see if we can get one now. There we go. There we go. So, okay, we're going to have the rocket here, and we will have to gamble it here a little bit, my friends. We will have to overpower this one, try to give ourselves some distance and a possibility to reach to the green in 2. So, we do not want to hit it on the left side. We do hit it great on the left, but should be okay. As you do know, with the rocket we can't reach so far, so we need to be very accurate, and as it is a common club with some decent accuracy, it gives us the opportunity to miss it a little bit on left or right. So our opponent making a good drive as well. With a little bit more top spin there than we had. And now we're going to okay, we're going to use the top spin that we do have, which is not much, but at least giving ourselves the opportunity here to reach for the green. I'm going to use here, and now as you can see, it's very, very tough to be accurate here with the bumpy fairway combined with the less ball guy that we do have. So we bounce there, then we're going to bounce there to the green, and we're going to have a little roll, and it will give us a short putt to make the eagle. And the key here, of course, was the drive. And if we wouldn't be making the drive, then we would be having a very, very tough time to reach for the green in 2. And I would say it wouldn't be possible to reach for the green in 2 if we would be going into the rough there short or into the bunker. So our opponent's making a good shot as well, being pushed a little bit out to the right, but shouldn't be a problem for our opponent to make an eagle as well. There we go. There we go. So we make the eagle. We make a -11, and I would say that I'm definitely okay with a -11 with these type of clubs. And we didn't do anything special really. We did play the course, and again that is so important. And also the core thing with hitting the ball perfect, which is also very, very important. So we're going to go through the next round. But at least I hope this video showed you a little bit how to play the holes. Even though you may not have the best clubs, you can still achieve a great score. And I'm going to show you here in the end, and this is the clubs that we have been playing. And sure, they are upgraded to level 6, level 7, but still they are not that good as clubs as we could use with our other clubs. Have in mind, you play one hole at a time. You can change club between every hole, and that is something that I do recommend to be able to get that win. Make a comment in the comment section if you do have any type of questions. Otherwise, here in the end, I will want to wish you the best of luck in the Earth Day tournament.